wet and windy Saturday, the first day of the Cork 1990. Number 1 seed Kenny McKinstry in the Caliber Sierra is determined for Group N honours. Bertie Fisher in the Top Mac BMW has a real battle for the Tarmac Championship with arch rival Austin McHale also in a BMW. The challenge this year, however, could come from the four-wheel drive Metro 6R4 driven by John Price. And then there's Frank Maher. He's back again with an Escort. I wonder, will it last the pace? Careman Donie Keating has not had a good record at the Cork 20, and his Ascona will be hard work this weekend. Bill Connolly in an Opel Manta is well used to the West Cork roads, and Northerner Richard Smith is glad to be here, having crashed in the Isle of Man. Bob Bowden will be the main challenge for McKinstry in the Group N competition. Wet and slippery conditions around Inchigeelagh and Ballavourney were not to the drivers' liking, with all the drivers coming off the first stage screaming for tyres with more grip. Fisher, obviously under pressure, overcooks the corner, losing some very valuable seconds and producing even more pressure for himself. McHale has gained time from the Fermanagh man, but he's worried about the wet conditions. And the four-wheel drives in 6R4 without time penalty are suiting the conditions down to the ground. The old machinery isn't doing too badly either. Bob Cowden is having trouble with his car, but he has lots of willing help to get him on his way again. Let's join Ken McKinstry in the Caliber Sierra as he lashes through the rain on the Fury stages just before the first service.
2 left, 80. 1 right, 100. 1 right, 60. Caution. 1 right and turn 6 left on gravel. 80. Flat crest, 80. 1 right, 80. Caution, crest and 6 left. 40. 1 right, 60.
I spoke to Ken McKinstry about those bad conditions.
Car's fine. It's very, very slippy. The first stage in particular, we done a shortened version of it. It's definitely very, very slippy. A lot of lying water, you know, running water on the road. So, you know, you come around a very fast corner, it's not a problem until you hit the water, standing water, and that's the problem. We set off at a reasonable pace. We think we're probably about 1.5 minutes in the lead. Bob Bowden most likely has a problem if he's that far behind, and we're like 3rd or 4th overall, so you know we're very, very happy with that.
Best of luck, Ken, and we'll follow you through the day. In service, Bob Bowden was having major problems with a blown something or other. I asked him what did he think the problem might be.
Today, I don't know, it just started using vast amounts of water on the first stage. I don't really know what it was. We've kept topping it up and this, that and the other, but on the last stage we had 2 punctures, so we decided to call it a day rather than cook the engine and really do a lot of damage. So I think it's just call it a day and go home, I think.
After service, back on the second loop of the day, and the sensational news is that the wet has taken its toll on Bertie Fisher's BMW. He crashed out on the Mulliganish stage, his car marooned in a ditch with major front suspension damage. Nearly all the drivers are complaining of grip problems and aquaplaning, and several have had punctures to add to their troubles. McHale is still the fastest despite a misfire on special stage 7. Austin McHale, halfway through the Saturday in the Cork 20, how are things going for you?
Not too bad now at the moment. We have no problems with the car down the 2nd or 3rd last stage. We broke the exhaust. We had to do the last 2 stages with a very noisy car. We thought there was a missing, but there's no missing. There's no repeat of the problem that we had in the Manx. We're lying at the moment, I think, something over 1 minute in front, and unfortunately Bertie went out on the 4th stage. He was something about 6 seconds or something like that behind us at that stage.
Back inside the Caliber Sierra again, and the late afternoon sun seems to be making an effort to shine, producing better driving conditions.
Jump 40. 3 right, and 2 right, and 2 left. Into 1 left, into flat crest, and 1 right, 40. Long 1 left into caution, 2 left, tightens into 4 left over bridge. 80.
And the late afternoon, the sunshine and the crowds came out to see a much smaller field run the Kilnamartyr stage. Fisher's exit producing a bit of a downer on the hopes of a battle royal. Last stage of the day, and all is not well for Ken McKinstry. We join him inside the car at the end of stage 10.
Sumo 1 to 2, over.
Come in.
Well, head gasket's gone. We need water. Go ahead, Kenny. Over.
And that's the end of his rally. And as we came to the end of day 1 on special stage 11, McHale's BMW is well ahead, despite a noisy gearbox. John Price's Metro 6R4 in second position is the only real challenger. Donie Keating is trying hard in the Ascona, but he's drifting back and drifting behind Bill Connolly in the Manta, who is doing some really smart driving, even though he had an argument with a ditch back in stage 7. And so to the leaderboard. McHale, Price, Connolly and Keating all taking up the first four positions, with Frank Marr's Escort in 5th position, but with a lot of trouble. Pat Kirk's Nova still manages 6th position, with Connie Smith next, driving well in his Escort. Stephen Price, the son of John Price, brings another Nova to 8th place, with the Metro of Peter Lloyd in 9th, and Richard Smith just about getting on the leaderboard in 10th position. After the first day's devastating stages, only 34 out of the 60 cars started out on Sunday on the hard, dry and very fast roads around Bandon and Kinsale. McHale had a couple of minutes over John Price and is hoping that the old electric problems that have dogged them in the past won't recur. Bill Connolly is pulling back valuable seconds, and Donie Keating is reporting that his Ascona is handling a lot better than yesterday, having tweaked the suspension a little bit here and there. Marr is still driving fast, but the old engine problems are beginning to loom large again. Pat Kirk's Nova is still going despite reported serious engine trouble. Stephen Price is going nearly as fast as his dad in the little Nova, but watch out behind you, Stephen, because Connie Smith's Escort has other ideas. And so to service in Bandon, Austin McHale had a little worry about the dreaded electrics, but was happy with the comfortable lead that he had already established. Austin McHale, after the first stage, an overnight leader, things haven't been going exactly according to plan.
No, not according to plan this morning. We had a problem on the first stage. We were in a new set of plugs last night, and apparently with one dud plug, the car wouldn't rev over 7,000 revs on 3 cylinders. But apart from that, we got to the end of the stage. I think we only dropped 2 seconds to John Price, and you know, I'm not worried about that. We've still got 2 minutes of a lead. We changed plugs, and the car was perfect on the last stage. So I'm just driving about 6-7 tenths at the moment to preserve the car and get to the finish and try to get back some.
There's no danger that this is a recurrence of the old electrical problems that have dogged you all season?
It's not, no. It's just a faulty plug.
John Price in the Metro 6R4 still going strong, a second out this morning and capitalising on Austin McHale's little problem. You were fastest over the last couple of stages. How's the car going for you?
Yeah, it's going very well this morning. We've gone onto some slick tyres this morning because the roads are much drier, and obviously it's working, so we'll press on.
Frank Marr, after a couple of stages of the Sunday morning, I'm amazed to see you here. I thought yesterday you had serious problems. What actually happened to the car?
I'm still hanging on. I don't know. I mean, we'd done a lot of work to her yesterday evening in service. We just barely got into control on time last night after changing the carburetor, inlet rubbers. And she was going something better, but she seems to be going well now.
She's not losing oil or anything, and there's no major engine problem, is there, at the moment?
She's losing loads of oil, but oil is coming out of everywhere.
All right.
But we lost the slaves from today on the last stage, so we had no real clutch, you know.
Yeah. Bill Connolly, you had an interesting day yesterday on Saturday, and in fact, just near the end of the stages, you had a nice little argument with a ditch. What actually happened there?
Well, Tony, we were catching the car in front of us, and I got a little bit excited. You know, when you see the car in front of you, you're trying to maybe overdo it, and in this case it was Frank Marr, and we're very anxious to get up on him. And just overdid it, and we passed the finish board, and I had called in the notes as a medium left, but it was all right the first time. It was the second time with the problem. The car just understeered across the road and up the bank.
Right. Now, you did some damage, which was mainly structural to the wing and to that sort of thing, but you were back on the stage having lost a couple of minutes. And in fact, you've done better than that now. You've pulled back a little bit of time, haven't you?
We pulled back a good deal of time. We were lucky where it happened in that we were going into service, and the lads attacked the car and replaced the bottom wishbone, which was bent. And we'd have been in real trouble had we to go out and do another stage.
Service over, it's back to hard work. And Philip Moynihan had to give a push to that clutchless escort of Frank Marr's. A few hearts skipped a beat at special stage 16 when McHale did not appear at the head of the rally. That honour was left to John Price's Metro. And then came Bill Connolly's Manta at blistering speed, with Keating right behind him on his heels. But all was revealed when the little battered Nova of Pat Kirk led the procession of cars through the now abandoned stage at an unaccustomed jaunt. A roll on the slippery downhill section left the Nova on its roof, and it was McHale who had come to his rescue. There's no mistakes for McHale and the leaders at Balnadee's 7 Crosses. But missing from the lineup is John Price's Metro 6R4. Exciting stuff from all the drivers, and some of the crossroad decisions were hard to make. On the last stages, McHale's lead was secure. John Price's Metro had an unexpected blown head gasket, and he was out of the rally. The final battle was for second and third place between the Manta and the Ascona. Frank Marr went to the last mile of the last stage with an expiring escort before giving up the ghost completely. And with Martin Grandin exiting, it left Ray Monaghan safe with Group N. And so to the leaderboard. At the end of the day, Austin McHale, a comfortable winner of the Cork 20 for the 4th time with several minutes to spare. The real battle between the next pair, Bill Connolly's Manta edging ahead of Donie Keating's Ascona. Richard Smith had a great drive in 4th position, and Peter Lloyd was the only Metro to finish. Connie Smith proved that the Mark II Escort still has some life in it, while Stephen Price's Little Nova's 7th position holds up the family honour. The Monaghan brothers are in 8th position and Group N winners, while Liam O'Callaghan and Vincent Whelan make up 9th and 10th spot. And so, with the Tarmac Championship still to play for, Austin McHale and Dermot O'Gorman in the Extra Vision BMW are worthy winners of the 1990 Cork 20 International.